just hit that.
You can sing countdown?
Oh, no.
We're live.
All right. Okay, let's start with roll call.
Garing?
Yep.
Sorry?
Yes.
Showalter?
Here.
Jaden?
Yes.
Elizabeth Weltner?
Yep.
Yeah, but
Charlie
you'll have
Present.
the key. Yeah, you'll have the key.
Minutes of February 7th, 23 regular meeting.
Move to accept.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, vouchers.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Okay, you can take roll call, please.
Sorry?
Yes.
Showalter?
Yes.
Jaden?
Yes.
Elizabeth Weltner?
Yep.
Charlie Weltner?
Yes.
Garing?
Yes.
Okay, any public input? How fast was your meeting? And then we got advertised for seasonal staff. And I'm assuming that's for the swimming pool,
Pool, golf, and
lawn mowing. Okay, and who takes care of that?
Lisa usually gets the ads in, I guess, so.
I sent the ad in to run this week.
Okay, all right,
And I'll get it on social media and websites.
okay, all right. And when do they need to be put in, received by? Is there usually a deadline or?
until filled.
Until filled,
You
okay,
always keep taking them, especially for pool help.
okay. All right. And last year we had plenty of help for the pool, is that
Yeah, we had
okay?
enough, and it all went really well, so hopeful.
Good.
All the same pattern if you can.
For everything?
The ad?
Yeah.
Yeah, it had pool and then, let me look what it says. I don't know if the golf course ran a separate one. Did I text it to you?
I don't think, yes, you did. Hang on, I'll find it.
So I had pool manager and concessions, certified lifeguards, and seasonal maintenance workers. So I didn't, unless the golf course ties into that, but
Yeah, that probably would have to be a separate one then, because that's
Right.
clubhouse and
I think
everything else.
usually
and-
it is.
yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yep, yep.
I think it'd be
This was
wise
Parks
to
Pool
include,
focused.
have the golf course on their own. so
Yep,
people
I-
know
yep,
what they're
I agree.
going for.
Yep, I agree. Okay, and Carol, you'll take care of that then?
Yeah, I'll be in
Okay.
touch with
Okay,
Rory and,
okay.
or,
Whoever,
sorry,
yep, whoever, yep, yep.
whoever is hired to manage. That's who I had worked with in the past.
Yep, good, great, great. All right, then now we're up to you, developing and marketing.
Do you have any questions in helping Blaine beat Tabitha's record?
We should
think so.
probably
We're
just,
going-
since it's on the agenda, let's just have a motion and a second for advertising for seasonal staff.
Oh, I'm sorry, thank you.
That's okay.
So move to advertise for seasonal
I'll
staff.
second it.
Okay,
We can just do all in favor.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Now we'll do developing and marketing.
Do you have any questions? My report is on 2 sides of a sheet in your packet, or on 2 pages. It's very busy, with or without snow, but that makes it busier. Okay.
Yeah, no, looks good, thank you. Thank you. All right, then other business. We'll start with Tabitha. Nothing? Charlie?
I'll pass on this one.
Okay. Alani?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, we're switching over
Elizabeth?
here. Yeah, I talked to Carol, I got an email, I think maybe, I wonder if everyone else did too, somebody that was offering services for like an application for communication for the city. And she didn't mention price, which I would assume it's not free. But just kind of talking with Carol, like we already have some good methods of communication and it would probably be redundant
Okay.
and probably not worth it, so
Okay.
I don't think that we'll pursue that
All right, well-
further unless anyone has concerns.
No, thank you for mentioning it though.
Yeah,
Charlie?
otherwise nothing for me.
I don't think anything right now.
Okay, I do. And I saw that it was done, that the trench by the Spangler House was getting pretty deep, and I see that you got that taken care of today. So thank you very much for getting that done. The snow, obviously, everybody's getting extremely sick of it. I did talk to Dewey a little bit about it. Scott, I don't know how you're handling the cars parked along the streets, and that we've obviously been going around with the plow.
So, most of the cars are off the street.
Okay,
There's a few houses that I have problems with. I talked to Jay about that, we'll take care of that tomorrow.
okay. It's just, if the ones that were constantly, obviously going around, that they haven't moved for,
They haven't moved the whole season.
yeah, exactly. Those
Those are frustrating.
Yep, those will need to get,
That red one on
get a
Depot
warning.
got damn close to losing the mirror, didn't it?
Yeah, I was 6 inches away from it.
Well,
Lots of room.
Tomorrow
So
before,
here's the problem with, I don't know if you guys want to change the city ordinance on that. All it says is it has to be off the roadway. It could be a half inch off the roadway, that's considered off the roadway.
well, I would say if the plow has to maneuver around it, that person should be at least notified that it needs to go further that way.
Yes,
I mean,
I agree with
you know,
you.
so, yeah. So we'll just try, because these guys are doing the best they can. Like I say, everybody's just tired of it, and
Oh, I know.
but what's the snow alert? When you have a snow alert, they're supposed to be.
They're supposed to get off the street,
So
yeah.
there's kind of
Mhm.
no wiggle room there then. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just, like I say, I'm just mentioning it because I did go around a little bit and saw some, and it's just gotta be aggravating, because, you know how it is when you're trying to move snow and someone drives over your driveway before you got it blown, it's so,
I've
it's,
already had them pounds, one of residents' trailers.
yeah. Yeah, no, appreciate it, but,
heard about that.
I'm sure you did.
no, but it's, and we got a long way to go, so, when it gets a little bit closer to spring, Dewey's on top of the flood prevention as much as he can. So we'll be trying to keep track of that.
Well, when it does start to melt, if it does melt fast or whatever, I'll keep in contact with Dewey, if we're gonna need to close roads due to water, high water and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be the culverts that are gonna be frozen for a while that we'll have to get the sno out. Everything's being dammed up with snow. That's gonna be the problem, so. And with that being said, is that, did meet with Sarah Engineering, Dewey, and myself. They came down to look at our water issue on 3rd Street here, both places here, and Brick House. We found some issues, one of them being where the ADA is, kind of the flat spot there, too low, so it all puddles there, and
That's how it's always been every time.
yep, they saw it, and essentially then it freezes and it makes a dam, so it can't flow to where it's supposed to go. So they will, I don't know if he said spring or whatever, but they said that they will get it cut out and get it fixed.
They were
And,
gonna look at sidewalks up here where you got a lip about an inch.
yeah. Yeah, they saw a few things.
One sidewalk went up and the other one went down. If it picks itself back up, but you walk in here, there's a lip out here.
Mm-hmm, there is, yeah. Then by the brick house, saw some cracking on one, and they'll take care of that. They said there's a year warranty on that. And what did they see there? I think mainly that was some snow issue that was piled up that it wouldn't
There was a
go.
little bit, the curb, kind of funny till they shoot it, because it gets so far, it was a little low spot by the alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
Then it kind of comes out in the asphalt when it builds up and goes out behind the vehicle and runs down.
Yeah. So, and that's the problem, Freeman's flat, we all know that, so,
When I got rid of all the ice, the water run down the curb line, little, maybe an inch through there, and then it was back lower by the alleyway.
mm-hmm,
And there again, did water get underneath where it cracked and lifted the concrete?
yep.
And lifted that a little bit, but they were gonna shoot over that.
Yeah, they're gonna shoot that, and then by the lumberyard there, that,
Lumberyard.
yeah, and then down by the
Fire.
fire hall. So, they're aware of all of that. You know, it was a big project, they understand that. They understand the problems that Freeman has that were flat, and they can only pitch it so much. And we did look at the street by the emergency room of the hospital, and just kind of get an idea if there's anything that we can do there. And so they were going over it all, and then they had some plans and stuff, and I said, so let me ask you this, and I asked, is that a Band-Aid or is that a fix? And they said it's a Band-Aid. So there's definitely some issues with that road. So we're gonna definitely have to address that. They were talking about curbing both sides of it.
To start with, they were looking out cutting the east driving lane in the middle, get rid of all of that so they could slope it down to the hospital with the curb, but it was so flat that does it work or doesn't it work?
Yeah.
And that's when he asked, well, is this a Band-Aid or not?
Yeah. So,
pretty much a Band-Aid.
yeah, so I mean, obviously, the fix would be is to redo
Well, we have price on redoing Walnut Street all the way.
redoing a new road again,
That was pretty major,
really,
yeah.
yeah.
So why don't you put another 4-inch mat on top of it?
Yeah, he's got some, Paul and Cole, they had some ideas that they were gonna put together for the council, and but just so you know, what they're gonna come up with is, you know, it should work. You know, it should work. Anything's gotta be better than what's going on there, so that's a bad deal, so.
Plus the corner on 7th and Walnut,
Yeah,
that's a bad spot.
yeah, so we just wanna let you guys know that, they are taking a look at that, and probably will come up with some pricing the way it sounded, you know, just so we have an idea of what we're up against.
Then they talked about by the brick house, to get rid of the lake that's there, was to drop in a storm sewer
Mm-hmm,
off the east end, you know, where it drives into now, what we did in 2010. They thought about when they looked at that, they should have brought that all the way to the alleyway, dropped all that water into it and let it go out.
yeah,
But if they had to cut anything, is maybe we wanted to look at hooking the storm sewer in there and bringing it up there to get rid of that water in that ice patch. That was another thing that they were gonna,
and it's a pretty abnormal year, and some of that was caused by the snow got piled up on the west end, and it wasn't able to run, you know, so that,
Backed up.
yeah, so that backed up there, so that was part of that issue there. And, let's see if I got anything else. I think that was it. And Dewey, Diane?
nope,
Okay, Scott?
The new truck's in, it's actually sitting right out there.
Nice, very nice.
Yep. Still waiting on Dewey's. I put in 3 grants, one for our radio system, our computers, so we can be out on the road more. That meeting is on March 14th, we'll go to that. So I'm there, so if they have any questions, at least I'm the one that applied for it, they can explain to them what's going on. So I can try to get at least the 100% so we don't pay anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, but if there's anything that's on there that is a partial payment, then we'll talk about that.
Right, you know, like an 80-20 or 70-30,
Yeah.
whatever. Yep,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, well, great, thank you for doing that.
I think it's good that you're down there, it shows that we're serious about the grant.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Not just fill it out and just say, hey.
Yeah.
tell me what you
Yep.
I mean, the
In
money-
case you give it to me for free.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, that's great. All right, well, if, anything else, guys? Oh, I'm sorry, yep.
Petitions are due Friday at 5, so if anybody has one outstanding, it needs to get turned in. Were you gonna talk about BUI water, or do you want me to?
You can, I actually, I'm talking about a little bit before the meeting here, but you can sure discuss it.
It's just, we got a letter that they will not be raising rates this year, so.
They will
that's-
not be raising.
Will not.
Yep,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah. Yeah, so,
They got us good last time.
Louis has his hand raised.
Do we?
hi, Dewey, yep.
I did get a call from the ones doing our cylinders for the plow, and they have to rebuild them. They cannot find anything that matches anything like that. There's spider cracks on the cylinders and stuff. So they were gonna rebuild them,
Okay.
get a shaft, get the measurements, cut the shaft, and
Oh, so, yeah.
Well, we gotta have it working.
Mm-hmm. And will we have an extra one then, if, when them, so,
got both of them there, and
okay, so, yeah, so we didn't get a new one to
I just
replace.
know the one that was broke and bent was the one that he said that they had to rebuild.
Okay, all
So I
right,
don't know if they're gonna take the other one to rebuild it the same way, or
okay. All right. Okay.
So, Robert, so, sorry.
I surpassed your time already, so we're
So
good.
the antenna up here for our radio, so I call it two-way
That's right.
radio, because our radio's been out for probably 6 months.
Mhm.
I called him, we went through some stuff on the radio, and he goes, it sounds like you have a bad antenna. He goes, it's probably been there up there for a long time.
The one on the water tower?
No.
The one up here, okay.
Building, yep.
Okay.
So they're gonna send some out probably next week or the week after to look at it.
Okay. And that is two-way radio?
That's two-way radio.
Okay.
And Tech decided not to come out. He had other plans for bigger business.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Tabitha?
I was just wondering if, what happened with the lawn equipment for the golf course? Did they go look at that?
I have not gotten a
John
report.
went yesterday, him and Neil looked at it, got some pictures, we're gonna talk to Todd about it.
Okay.
They said, running wise, they're excellent shape. They were a little surprised of banged up they were.
Oh, okay.
That's the
I
seasonal
seen
workers.
some pictures, and they look like kids got on it like they do with some of our stuff, and you got a tape here, a tape there.
Oh.
Well, as long as the cutting edge is good.
No, these are them.
These are the, oh yeah, these are the.
Toros.
The,
Little
Yeah.
ATV thingies.
the workhorse one.
Yeah.
And they were thinking of getting two of them. Okay?
Okay. Just curious.
So it was
Yeah.
nice, they got to meet with the guys that fixes them and the guys that run it.
So we should know something next meeting then?
Yeah, you should.
Okay. All right. Anything else? If not,
Move to go into executive session pursuant to personnel.
Second.
cool.
Aye.
Aye.